Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So start today's class we want to focus on how to do this typing feature in Figma using Figma prototype. So the first thing first, we'd have to create different components. For us to be able to get this right, we have to create different components to be able to get it right. So the first thing I'll do is, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, is there any echo from my background?
yes, there is. There's a baby crying.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me settle that. Is it better now?
Yes,
Hello. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'll do is I'll get to create a frame, and so I'll get to create a frame and give it a size. So let's say I'm giving it a 48, a 48. So the first thing I'll do is after giving it a 48 size, I'll reduce this, and I'm going to call this my cursor. So this is supposed to be my cursor. So I'll just change the name to cursor. So after changing the name to cursor, the next thing I'll do is I want to write inside. So I'll pick up my text that's using T or anything you want to use, and I'll click to make a text. Then instead of writing a text, I'm going to type a stroke. On your keyboard, you get to see a stroke, a straight line, and increase the size to say 15 or 16, anything you want to increase the size to. Okay, so let me increase the size to 16. So now I have this here. I have this ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is after doing this, I'll first of all I'll ensure that I arrange everything I need to arrange, maybe with the size and everything. So I'm going to reduce this to 18 now. Reason being that, where's my cursor? I want to move my cursor inside and ensure that it's I would align it together now. So I've aligned my cursor very well to what I want to do. So it's written as cursor. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now make it a component. So I've made my cursor a component. So guys, I want us to if you're with your laptop, please just follow along because it's a very hard, how do I put it? It's a very complex something, and so we need to do it together and come solve any issue we see together. So if you're not using your laptop now, I'm just going to give you time to use your laptop. All right, so let me just give us a few minutes to just get that. Are you here?
yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. All right. So now before I make it a component, yeah, I want to first of all duplicate it before I make it a component. So we have this not grouped. I did not group it, so but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get have different state of my cursor. So let's say this is my cursor and this is the empty cursor, and this is going to be my typed cursor. So I'm just going to make this typed. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, double click on it, and I'll hit my space. So instead of deleting it, now the reason why I did not delete it is because if you delete it, it's not going to give you this effect that you can see now. this on and off effect. So the best thing to do is to delete, is to click on your keyboard and use space instead of your normal delete, right? So now that we have these two, we have our empty and we have our normal state. Now the next thing I'll do is I'm now going to make it a component. So I'll light all and I'll make it a create component set. So now that I have this component set, first thing first, I'll go to my prototype and I'll get to prototype this, and I'll make this a after delay. It should after delay I'll just change the time. Sorry. After delay I'll change the time to 400, depending on the time that you want to give it, late to 400, and that's it. Then I'll come to this one. I'll change this instance. I'll change. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay. So after delay, set it to 400, and I'll do the same for this. So I'll drag this and I'll bring it down to this place, and I'll change it to after delay, and I'll still 400. So we are done with this first one. So rename this to cursor instead of component. So cursor. So I think I missed out on something. So I'll come back here. So instead of change to, it should be change to year. So after delay should be, yeah, this is actually what I want it to be. So instead of instant, I'll make it to smart animate. Then I'll make it Gen 2 for the first one. And I'll still go to the second one and I'll make it smart animate and Gen 2. So you know the work of smart animate, right? It's going to make it seamless as possible. So now we have this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now come back to design and I'm going to write my text. So the first thing I'll do is I'll create a frame again. And remember that I already used 48 here, so I'll make this 48 too. And I'll write this my text, as my text. So this is my text. Ensure to make it 48. So the reason why I'm making it 48 is because this is already 48, and so if I move this in, it should be the same thing. So now I'll bring in my keyboard, my text, and I'll type E. So I'll type E, small letter E. Then I'll bring it to this part and make it centralized. So I'm just going to leave a space here so that you can decide to bring this in. When you want to bring it in, you still have a space that you can use this for. So we've written the text, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a component. So after making it a component, so you can reduce it to 30. So then add text. So this is our text, these are components. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to duplicate this and I'll bring this here, and I'll duplicate it again and I'll bring this here. So let me bring all of these things together. So now the next thing we'll do is to ensure that we create all our alphabet. So this, I'm going to now change this to space. Space, check what is inside also and change it to space. So the same thing we did for the first one. So I'm just going to click on space bar and remove it. So space bar and I'm done. And this one, I'm going to rename this as A. and I'll check the text inside and I'll make it's A. So we have this now. So you can decide to so now that we have this, the next thing is to duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate it till I get to Z. So you see how hard that is going to be. You do that till you get to Z. Duplicate. This is supposed to be moving, so I'll make it C. D. D. So that's how we'll do it till we get to the last one. Are we together? This is very long, or I won't come back. So if we're not together, just let me know. So, oh, okay. So F, so that means if you want to have interaction for capital letter too, this is the same thing you will do. You get to do all of this. This is F. So help me. A B C D E F. Okay. G H H. Control D I. Okay, IG. Yeah, you guys are. It's been long we left primary school. IG K L. Oh, IJKL M N O. Please, we'll continue it later. OP. Let's stop at P, right? Would, because there's a whole lot to do in this. I see where we'll see all of you to read ABCD. See where we'll see you people, A to Z. Submit assignment now, we'll not see you. But to write ABCD, see all of you. All right, so let's stop here, Biko. So now I'll duplicate this and I'll say this is 0 um 1 2 3 4 4 5 8 9. All right, so we are done with we are done with all of this for now. For now, yeah, we are done with this. So now the next thing is you now start renaming them one after the other. This is A. So this is B. This is B. This is C. This is C. This is D. This is D. This is E. This is E. This is G. This is G. K. Oh, this is F. O. This is G. And this is G. H. This is I. And this is I. This is J. And this is J. This is K. And this is K. This is L. This is L. This is M. This is M. This is N. And this is N. O. And this is O. P. P. And this is P. So let's check all. Alright, so let's see this one. This is 01. So please let's leave the renaming. When you're doing your own, you get to rename all of it till you get to the end. So how many persons have renamed their work to this point? For those of you following. Those of us following, how many persons have gotten to this point? Okay, so let me assume that nobody is doing. So now I'm going to create a frame again. So the frame, I'll still make the frame 48. 48 as the size. And I'm going to make it okay, so I'm going to make it okay, so for those of you that are just joining, this is what we are doing. We are trying to do animated text. So since we have this 48, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to be my cursor. This is my cursor plus my word, or cursor plus my text. Cursor plus text. This is it. So then when I finish this one, I'm going to come back to show us how we got to this point. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. I'll hold down Shift and Alt and I'll bring it in here. So you can see that it's the same frame. So I'll bring it in here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, so after bringing it in, I'll just get to arrange it the way I want to arrange it. So I'll just arrange it out here. I'll move it out here and I'll unclip it from clip content. Then I'm going to maybe reduce this to let's say 26 or anything. Then where's our cursor? Have I deleted our cursor? Where is my cursor? Okay, this is my cursor. Oh, the reason why I can't see my cursor is because of the frame I'm using. So the background I'm using. So let me move my background a bit. Let me make it like a gray so that you can be able to see everything you are doing. And then where's my cursor? This is my cursor. I'll unclip it. So for my cursor, what I'm going to do, there's something I forgot to do here, which is remove the color of this. I don't need the color. So the same thing here, I've removed the color. So this is my cursor. So I can now move my cursor in a bit to this. So somewhere here. And I think this is good. So if it's not good, we'll come back to rearrange the work. We'll come back to rearrange it. So let me reply to those of you that are just joining. So was it all be left aligned? No. But for this, so this is a cursor, right? Um, this is my this is what is going to be blinking. Then this is my main cursor, that's when it's showing. And then this is my alphabet. The reason why I'm making it like this is because after this a cursor is supposed to enter, right? A cursor is supposed to be here. And then same thing as this, a letter is supposed to be here. So that's why I'm doing this like this. So now once I'm done with this, I'm now going to make this a component. So I will just make it a component, create a component. So I have a component that is my cursor and text. So guys, for those of us just joining, the first thing you need to do is you need to create a straight line using your a stroke on your keyboard. Then use shift and enter. Use shift on the first space bar, sorry, in the first one, to remove the first one to make it the empty cursor. Because we have two cursors here, empty, and we'll make this one the types. So that's the first step to that's the first thing to do. So once you're done doing that, you now get to create your text. After creating your text, you now get to create your cursor and your text. And then you leave it like this. So all of these alphabets, you can see them A to Z, A to Z. You be the ones to create it. And this is supposed to be your empty, this is supposed to be your empty cursor or your space bar. So let's move forward. So we have all of these things now, all of these things ready. So the next thing I'll do is I'll get to create a frame and maybe a 13 mini or any frame that you want. So this is it. So you can as well take out the background color here. So you can take out the background color of all of this and leave it without background color. So these are our components. So now the next thing I'll do is I'll draw a frame here and I'll make the frame to be 50. So I'll make it 50 and I'll add I'll add a stroke to this and then I'll maybe reduce the color of the stroke and then reduce the size and then make this like a 0.5. So I think this is good. There's a question. So the height is 50 because you know that all these that we've been doing so far, all of these things we've been using 48. So if I put 48 inside of this, it's going to be exact size, but I want it to have a little space up and down. So that's why I'm making it 50 so that I can place it in the middle. So you can decide to make it 52 or any of that depending on the height that you want to leave. So but for me, I just decided to make it 50. So now that I have this, I'll centralize it. Now the next thing you need to do here is you need to link this off. So I'll go to prototype and then I'll go to prototype. Then the next thing I'll do is from this, I'm going to link to our space. But before then, let's turn on the color of this space. I want to see the color of this space. The color of this. So I'm just going to get this. Yeah. So I'll link this now. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to go to prototype and then I'll drag this from here and I'll move it to this first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say on click issued open overlay for me. So where's the overlay? On click issue open an overlay. Then I'm going to I'm going to change this center to manual. Where is manual? This should come off so that I can see everything that I need to see. So this center, I'm going to change it to manual. So immediately I change it to manual, you can see that this came off. So you can now adjust this. So let me adjust this to like yeah. And that's what I need to do in this particular step. So what you need to do is to change this to manual, then adjust it till it fits. Can you see how it's fitting inside of this? So this. Okay, so if you're following, get to this point. I want us to do it together so that um all right, is there anybody that is following? All right. So get to this point where you make it an overlay. So let's go back to design. So why did all of these other ones turn off? So you can turn all of this one on. The only one you want off is the one. It doesn't affect anything, but so that when you know which one you're trying to link. Did you make each alphabet a component? So I made just one component, and the other ones are like child component of the parent component. Okay, so is there any other question before we oh so we've added this interaction from this to this. So what you're going to do now, we want to add the space interaction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this and I'm going to link it to this. So that's open overlay. So let me zoom in my screen and then I'm going to set it to for one click. I'll make it a keypad, and then where you have click to select, I'm just going to click space. I'm going to type space, and then it's a manual, so you get to leave it like that. So this is okay to go. So now what you need to do is, as it's manual, you have to now adjust this a little bit to come out till you see your cursor, right? So this is good. So now once you're done with that, you now get to come from here and link it back. So what you're going to do is to link this now to the cursor back, and this is now going to be after delay. So from after delay, you make it a smart animate and you make it gentle. So after delay, remember that it should be open overlay. And then from center, you now make it manual. Then you adjust this. You get to adjust this to move it in or move it out, anyhow you want to do it. You get just move it in. a bit, till you get what you're looking for. All right, so is there any I can see something here. I have a question. You said you should press space to make the empty frame or something. I don't understand. Yeah, so instead of deleting what you typed, right, it's better you press space. Do you get now? So instead of using delete to delete it, just press space. So the space would help you remove it, but then it's not deleting it. So that's it. So we have done for the space. So the next thing we now need to do is you can now turn this off if you cannot turn this off if you want to turn it off, and it's here. So the next thing you do is you now start linking it to one after the other. You now link it to A. So you link this now to A. Remember that you link this to space first of all. So now that you're done there with that, you now link this. You now link this space, like you link this to A. So for A, you still do the same thing. Instead of on click, it will be keypad, and then it should be what? What did we use here? So here you have click to this thing. You click on it and you press A on your keyboard. Oh, so let's see. This is A, right? This is this to A. Oh, this is this to A. Yeah, this is the one we are looking for. So let's see it keypad, and what is there is A. So I'm just going to press A, enter, and come back to the keypad, man. Yeah, you're going to. And then after keypad, you press your A. The next thing is it should open overlay, right? It should open overlay and it should be manual. The same thing we did. So we'll come here, we'll now get to move this our A outside of it till you get the space that you are looking for. So this space is okay, so you leave it there. So once you're done leaving it there, the next thing now is remember the next one, which is you now get to link from your A, you now get to link it back to your keypad. Now this one should be what's that feature we use? Who is following? So this is supposed to be after delay now, as you're doing it back. So now I'm going to set this to 1. 1. So this is open overlay, instance, and manual. And this is it. We've done the first one. Yeah. So you want to still do the same for B, right? So the next thing you do is you still come here for B, you click on this and you link it to B, and then to be key and keypad, then you change this to B, and this should be um open overlay, and then open overlay, and then this should be manual, and then you move the V out. So you move it. Then the next thing you need to do is to now once you're done with this, right, the next thing now is to now click on your V frame and link it back to your cursor. And what are you using for this? You are using Smart Animate. After delay, it should be one, and then you can adjust it manually to the position that you want. Then you adjust it manually. So for the first one, did we adjust manually? So let's see this. Did we adjust this manually? So now that we are done with this, can you guys see me? So let's see something. Before we continue, please let's see this. So I'll come here and prototype setting. What frame did you use? 13 mini. So let me go to our 13 mini and let's play and see what we have here first. So if I click in, you can see the cursor, right? You can see the cursor blinking. So let me type like A. We've done A, we've done B. Can you see that the spacing is too much? So you will have to go and rearrange it. But for now, we can't delete, we can only type. We can only type A and B. We can only type A and B. A and B. But we can't delete. We can only type this. So once your cursor is out, you can type A and B. So who has a question before we move? Is there a question before we move further? Okay, Victory, you don't have a question. So the open overlay is what is now going to open this. You know what open overlay does in design? It's going to help you open the keypad that you want. So for this, where's the keypad? All right, so that's how I would link all of them, including the one for B, C, D, E, and F. You're trying to catch up. Okay. So let me pause for a while. All right, so I think I should just explain what we've done so far. First thing first, you need to create a cursor. Inside the cursor, you need to create the empty space and you need to create the typing phase. After that, the next thing you need to do is to link the two using what's it on click. You should move to this smart animate. So once you're done with that, the next thing you need to do is create your text, right? After you're done creating your text, then you create your cursor plus your text. Then create a component, duplicate your text component and create all the alphabets that you want to. And then what you need to do is you need to link your cursor to all of the alphabet. So now the next one we'll do is we've linked A and B, right? And that's why A and B is working. So the next one we'll do now is to link C. So the next thing you do is to click on your cursor and link to C. So if you link to C, it should be keypad. The first one is keypad. Once it opens keypad, you now need to this click, you press C. So once you press C, it should open overlay. Should open overlay, and the overlay should be manual. So once it is manual, you get to see this, and then you can move your C out. You move your C out till you get outside the cursor frame. That's your C. And then what's the next thing you do after you're done with this one? You now get to link your C back to this. So you link your C back to this, and it should be on what after delay. It should open overlay. It should open overlay, and after delay, this should be like what did we use? Who can remember the one that we've been using since?
One.
One, yeah, one. So I've added one. So what's the next thing we need to do? Open overlay manual. Then we'll come to the C, and then we'll move this a bit, and this is it. So you have to link all till you get there. So that's how you do till you get to all. You do it for D, you do it for E, you do it for F, you do it till you get to Z. So how many persons have gotten up to G? You've done yours to G. So now if we go to our prototype now, and we click and we type C, we can type C. Now you can see that C is part of the words that we can type. So it's the way we did it. See, this thing, like I said, is very long. Like this now, the only thing that can help you is when you go back to the video to watch. So that was why I wanted us to follow together. You get. So what I did is the cursor. Remember that you already prototyped this cursor. You prototype the first cursor and the second cursor. You prototype this to this, prototype this to this. So after delay, this should come back to this. And once there's no delay, it should come back to this. So that's where we did that blinking stuff. So first step first, victory. You have to do your cursor, and you do your field, your empty and your typed. So then you will now get to what's it called, prototype it, like link it, using the people following. Which did we use? So I want to know how many persons are following here.
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
So when we're linking this first cursor, what did we use? Delay. After delay, that's what we used. It should move back to this. Yeah, we use after delay. So we're still having issues before we now get to the part where you do for the delete. Remember what to do. You have to link all of these things now. All of these things that are here, you link it to this cursor using keypad. Then you use open overlay. Then you continue. Then you link the C back to the key. So the first one is to link the cursor to the alphabet. Then the next one is to link the alphabet back to the cursor. One is keypad, the other one is after delay. Yes. Okay. So is there any question? Any question so far? After doing the put over, can we use it in to form any sentence? Yes, you can. So first of all, I want us to get to this part. I want us to get to this part where okay, so let's do it. Let's continue doing it. So we'll get to the last text so that you see how it works. So we've done for B, we've done for C, right? Let me confirm that we've done for C. Yes, we've done for C. So for D, I would click on this, and under photo type, I'll drag this to D. And remember what we're doing, keypad and game. We'll do D. You should what? You should open overlay. No, sorry, open overlay. You should open overlay and it should be manual. And then you move your D out till it starts in front of the cursor. Now this is good. You close it, and then from your D you link to this, and this should be open overlay, right? It should also be manual. So you can move this bit closer, a bit closer. So next thing we do for E, we'll drag this to E, and it's keypad. Then we do here, we press E, and it should be open overlay. It should open the overlay, and it should be manual so that we can move it to outside of the frame. So start from here, and then yeah, this is it. Then we'll link this back. What are we doing here, right? We link this back to this. Hey, link this back to this, and this should be after delay, should open overlay, and this should be manual. So you move this again in, you get, and
You didn't change the timing back to 1 from 800 milliseconds.
oh, thank you very much. So this is one, please. One. Which other one didn't I change? I think I did not change for D.
Maybe the last one. Yes.
Just the last one.
Yes, the last one before E. That's D.
Okay, so the reason why I'm linking, okay, D. I did not change for D. Let me change for D. So even what we link to D is not even correct, but nobody noticed. For D, what we link to back to cursor is start instead of after delay. Is after delay, and it's one. Sorry, one, and then it should be manual. Is a manual here. So we've done for E, right? We'll do for F. So the reason why we link it back is so that it's going to have that effect. How would I put it? We've done for E. Have we done for F? No. We've done for D. We've done for this. You can see that it's typing out. But now we would also need to get an interaction that we can not just link. It's not just about linking all of this. We should be able to delete a text, which is the hardest. And I don't want to take this I think, yeah, I don't want to take this too fast. I want us to do it bit by bit. So this is what is going to happen. You're all going to link till
We already have people that are confused. Why are there multiple blinking colors? Where are the multiple things? Oh, okay. So remember that when I'm typing, you could see this typing, this phrase that I typed, there's no multiple what's it called? There's no multiple cursor. But this one, because I had to do space double times, like there's something I did while I was typing. That's why that came out. But you see the ones that are close to each other, there's no cursor in between. So if I come here and click, you would still see the cursor there. So that's why. So it's because of how I typed it. So I don't want to overload our head. I don't want us to have plenty things in our head, because first off, we need to link this till get to you need to link everything on your keyboard. Like every damn thing on your keyboard, you need to link it. And okay, how many persons are following apart from Kubra? If you know that you're following apart from Kubra, let me see your hands. Okay, Victory, you are. Who again is following? Okay, I think I should not ask who is following. Who is lost? You're a bit behind. So Kubra, where have you gotten to? Where have you linked to? Okay, so let's get to space, get to this point. All right, so this is what is going to happen, right? This is very important, and it's something complex. So this is what I'm going to do. We're going to end the class here, right? And the reason being that I want us to be able to link from A to Z. So this is what I'm going to give us. And by Monday, please, I don't want to hear excuse, because the last interaction to do is the backspace. That's the delete. And the delete is very complicated. And you need to have everything done. So Kubra, this is what I'm going to do. Because your system is not here, I would want you to help us do it till Z. Now, aside from Z, you should do it from 1 to 9. Then add maybe some kind of the other ones that you like to have, like asterisks, all of those special characters. Do the same thing. I don't know. For my end, I think I'll also get to link all of this, but I want to use yours to now do the backspace, because that the delete is like the hardest, because you now get to do one on each of them to ensure that you can be able to delete them. Like you can see now, the only thing I can do here is type. I can't delete. I can just type, which is not how we want the form to be. I can type. I can type A. I can type all of those things, but I should be able to delete this. You get delete and type. Say I made a mistake. That's the whole essence of it. So while this video is short, and it will come out quick, we should watch it and link all our alphabets and our numbers. Is that fine? So that for those that are not following, we don't get to overload their head. Yeah. So Kubwa, you do yours, because that it's your own Figma link. You add me to your Figma, that I'll use your own Figma, because I can't promise that I would have time to link this to Z and also just link it. You know how to link it. Maybe I should just type out the way to link it and send it on the group. How to link it is, the video is even going to be available. You just click from your cursor first. You bring it down to the alphabet that you want to, then you use keypad, then where you have this and you type the space, the alphabet that you want, and then you link the alphabet back using smart animates.
That's basically it. What if I was not recording, guys?